I could have been stopped doing this shit. Only reason I do this shit cause the real niggas asked me to. A fake nigga couldn't relate to me. Top gunners, check me out. Only us, check me out. Strap her with a kilo, check me out. Put her on the bus, check me out. Stand up nigga, check me out. Always 100, check me out. You can bring the work back, check me out. If you don't want it, check me out. You see mama love me, that's my baby. But papa left me, yeah he left me. I put a bitch on timeout if she upset me, that's a fact. Fuck with me, you won't regret me. Still on the mind of every hoe trying to forget me. I get them things across the border. Your man don't try, but you won't go get him a lawyer. You poppin' bottles, you getting fly, but you don't send commissary to niggas that's inside. See, we don't coincide, we don't live by the same rules. And we done got hungry, these lanes became full. Real niggas in my corner, you know that I can't lose. And I can't go to jail for a body they can't prove. Got niggas in the feds, they never coming home. Can't never see they daughter, only talking through a phone. And you know we screaming free you forever. Treat your kids like they mine. Wait your turn, real nigga. You get rich in due time. I feel like Nino when he first opened the Carter. I feel like Tony when him and Sosa became partners. Bring me out crab legs and grilled shrimp for starters. Filet me young for my main meal. I'm a mobster. Ruger rap. Top gunners, check me out. Only us, check me out. Strap her with a kilo, check me out. Put her on the bus, check me out. Stand up nigga, check me out. Always 100, check me out. You can bring the work back, check me out. If you don't want it, check me out.
How is everybody doing today? How is everybody doing today? No, I don't put that right there. You right where it's at. Leave you right where you at. But yeah, man, this is part three. Part three, the trilogy. I didn't even plan it to be that. But this is part three of the Pooh Sheisty and Gucci Man madness. That it led me to starting a new series, as you see on your screen. The title, Black People, I Have a Question. Yep. New series, man. Black People, I Have a Question. Do you feel now? As a matter of fact, breaking news. I want to add this in here just to add some meat to this plate, right? Last night, and I'm not trying to be funny, it's not a joke, and if you're looking at this, you probably already know about it. Offset want to come from, in my opinion, it's just my opinion, one of the best rap groups, one of the most successful rap groups. That's not my opinion. That's RIAA, I'll tell you that, with all of their platinum and gold plaques. Offset, a member of the Migos. Offset, someone who made songs with multiple top artists like his ex-wife Cardi B, which he get residuals from, royalties. NBA Youngboy, yeah, he made songs with him. 21 Savage. Several people that this dude made great music with. He's a great rapper, multi-millionaire. And another rapper who I'm not fond of, I don't like, but he's extremely successful because he have a few gold and platinum plaques by the name of Lil TJ. These two individuals last night in Miami, at the casino, two rich men at an area where it has multiple flocks of beautiful women, found a way to end up shooting each other. I Offset is in ICU. Little TJ ended up going to jail. And it just, you mean to tell me in the last 2 weeks alone, or I'm gonna say just this year, because you know the situation with Gucci Man and them, that happened in January. So you telling me that 4 months into 2026, and I'm looking away because I'm just still trying to wrap my mind around the thing that I'm reporting on. You telling me at 4 months in 2026, a multi-platinum superstar rapper would rob and basically hold his CEO at gunpoint to reconstruct his contract or let him out of his contract. And two of the popular rappers of my generation, Lil TJ and Offset, will be shooting each other at a casino in Miami. Again, this is why I created this series, because Black people have a question. I do. And if you just seen this episode, you gotta watch the other 2 episodes. But I'm gonna pose the same question. Or do y'all see that it's time now? Do y'all understand that now is the time? Do y'all understand that we have a problem to the point where it's so bad and our culture is so trash to the point that people who have made it already, not people who are at the bottom trying to scratch their way to the top, people who have made it are crashing out. Because our culture said you gotta do this and this gangster and you gotta live your raps. Are we ready to have the conversation about this culture and how it's disgusting and how it needs to be destroyed and rebuilt? And I pose that question because your Black political leaders, your Black preachers, your grandmother, your grandfather, and some of your parents are constantly telling you that you're so great. You're a victim. The white man, Trump, holding you back. But you're besides that, you're the greatest thing since sliced bread. And when you're telling somebody that when it's a lie, and you make these videos showing all of the accolades of a small percentage of Black people, and you're doing all of this to try to turn your head to what the real problem in your community is. Black on Black crime, abortion, STDs, single parent households, the real issues, the issue that is leading to all of these things. Are we ready to have a conversation? Are we ready to finally, as Black people, put our pride aside, and say, we do need to course correct. We need to we don't need to worry about the white man. We don't need to worry about Trump. We don't need to worry about none of these things. We need to laser focus. Whatever going on outside of our community, we'll deal with that another time. Right now is the time that we need to laser focus on the thing that I just asked for mention. And if we don't do it soon, the clock ticking, man. And I want to read a scripture to y'all. Because again, as I said, Black people have been lying to each other, lying to themselves, to the point now where it's getting so out of control that we on the verge of basically self-destruction, destroying ourselves from within. A house divided against itself cannot stand. We can get on TV and we can get on social media. We can get on all of these apps. We can go in public and play this unity stuff. But we know inside families, inside the Black community, period, it's nothing but hate, evil, wickedness, murder, just nasty. And there's no such thing as fixing it. We can't fix it. What we have to do, destroy, rebuild, making God the foundation. We have to turn back to God. Men have to take their roles back as men. We the only community, excuse me, we the only community in the world that our community is led by women. That's why when they came out with that movie Woman King, it had to be a black woman. Every other community is led by men. Yeah, they may have single parent households, but most homes are led by men. In our community, the other way around. The woman is the leader. She took over everything. Now she's a preacher in the church, and of course, she allegedly, because we say Kamala not black, but she was leaning toward being black. They want to become a president. And I know Will Hillary did it too, but Hillary is a Democrat. So that they fall in the same line, that liberal ideology. Jezebel's spirit lording over a man, which is anti-God. But I digress. But I want to read y'all this scripture from Proverbs 29:1. Black people, listen clearly. Because what has happened, black people, is you have pointed the fingers and your leaders have told you to point the fingers, and your mother, your political leaders, your preachers, everybody who are lord over you, who look over you, have told you these are the people. It's not you. Oh, you're great. It's the white man. It's Trump. It's him. It's him. It's him. And as a parent, I'm not a parent, but I know this common sense as a parent. If you have a child and everywhere that this child goes, they are chaotic. It's some type of bad report come back. But when they get home, you do not discipline this child. You tell this child that, hey, they're wrong, you're right. This child's going to burn out. And he's going to bring you to open shame. And that's what has happened in Black America. You know, I go places sometime and I get treated certain ways and I don't trip. I understand that the flesh is weak. I understand that people are in their flesh, right? So, and the reason why I'm saying that, because you shouldn't be judging me off what somebody else did that looked like. But again, this is the world we live in. And black people, let's be honest about it. Again, I'm gonna be honest on this channel. This is a pro-truth channel. Black people are the most judgmental people on this planet. So when we talk about how other people judge us, we can't talk. Because we the most judgmental people on this planet. We judge each other for the most silliest things. I heard some children the other day, children that's in middle school, making fun of each other because one of them didn't have an iPhone, had an Android. That's the kind of stuff we do in our community. That's the pettiness there. And grown-ups do that too. Grown-ups do that too. People, grown-up women, some women, I know some women will judge you, because I'm somebody who keep Android. I've never had an iPhone and probably never will. I like Google products. I like Samsung. I think Samsung is a better product. But you got people who will judge you over a phone. Don't let them have no education and you don't. Don't let them have a Mercedes and you got a Toyota. These people are the most judgmental people. I'm black. I know. Y'all can't, you can fool other people, you can't fool me. I don't know my flaw, but I know black people. But again, black people have been told this for so many years. Nobody's able to correct them, constructively criticize them, because if it's coming from another race of people that's not black, they'll get the race card through them. And of course, nobody want to be racist because they know what comes with that. And if you're black, you'll get called a coon, ousted. People will fall back from you, which is, it shouldn't matter as an adult. It's just so disgusting to see adults still have peer pressure and still want to be a part of something like they children. Like they just can't stand alone. And it's so sick. Like even when I was, doing the Trump thing, and I was, over the years trying to get people to vote for Trump, and it's people that I've met, men, and they would tell me, I can't let my wife know, but I support Trump. And some of the things that I was posting on my Instagram, some of the things I was posting on my Facebook, educating people on politics, I've turned a lot of leads. And people would inbox me. Not everybody. Some people would be open, but I'm just saying it was times on multiple occasions where people would say, "Hey, man, I support Trump, and I appreciate you for putting the information out there and you swayed me to the other side. But I can't really like your pose. I can't really come out and say that. And it's just pathetic. You know what I'm saying? But again, I understand certain dudes that understand their wives. And, that's a dangerous situation. I ain't gonna really get off of that. But I said all that to say this here. Nobody has been able to correct black people. So what's happening is they're burning out because nobody else can't correct them. That's not black, and black people are afraid to do it because for obvious reasons, as the mentioned stated. So I want to read this scripture to you before we get into today's situation concerning Big 30. Excuse me, and Gucci Man. Of course, I'm gonna play a few clips and I'll chime in. But going back to the black community, Proverbs 21 states this: black people, listen up. Whoever stubbornly refuses to accept criticism will suddenly be destroyed beyond recovery. Black people, that's us. We almost there. And so for you guys who may be just joining, don't know what's going on, what I'm going to do is I'm going to lay everything out about everything in the case of the particular the spec basically, and then after that I'll get in the main video. So let's see, just to catch everybody up because everybody might not be up to speed on what's going on. So let's get to it, man. We're gonna do slide. Yeah, we're gonna do this first. I'm not a criminal, but if I let's get to it, man. I'm not a criminal, but if I was, I feel like the number one rule would be don't commit crimes while wearing an ankle monitor. So anyway, I just got my hands on the 32-page federal criminal complaint for Pooh Sheisty, his daddy, Big 30, and 6 others. So let me walk you through what the feds are alleging happened in this complaint. So let's start off with the defendants. There's Lontrell Williams Jr., aka Pooh Sheisty, Lontrell Williams Sr., his daddy, Rodney White Jr., aka Big 30, Jamarcus Glover, Darian McDaniel, Terrence Rogers, Corday Johnson, Kadarius Waters, and Demarion Gibson. And they're all charged with kidnapping, conspiracy to commit kidnapping, and robbery stemming from an incident that happened on January 10th, 2026 in Dallas, Texas. So according to the complaint, on January 10th, 2026, 3 victims who are referred to by their initials in the complaint, and the first victim has the initials RD, as in Radrick Davis, but the latest call me Gucci, baby. MM and BP. It says they all flew into Dallas for what they thought was a business meeting. Lontrell Williams Jr., Pooh Sheisty, was signed to RD's label 1017 since around 2021. Okay, so it's clear RD is Gucci Mane. So I'm just going to say Gucci. Okay. And the point of this meeting was because Pooh Sheisty was upset with the terms of his contract and he wanted to be released from his contract. So Pooh asked Gucci to come to Dallas so they could meet about, quote, business. Gucci, his head of security, another security officer, and the other 2 victims pull up to the studio around 1:45 for this meeting, but it was closed. Around 3:15, Pooh Sheisty's dad, William Sr., gets the owner of the studio to open it up for them. William Sr. is seen on video surveillance at 3:28 standing outside of the building on his phone. According to the complaint, at 3:43, so about 15 minutes later, Pooh Sheisty, his dad, Big 30, and the other 6 defendants enter the studio where Gucci and his team had already been waiting. Now, apparently, at this point, Pooh Sheisty, who has an ankle monitor, gets a call from his probation or his parole officer because
he's not at home. Who tells the officer that his caseworker gave him permission to be out for, quote, rec time, but the officer tells Pooh that's not the case. He doesn't have rec time and he needs to return home immediately. The complaint says that Gucci and his team overhear this phone call, so Gucci tells Pooh that they can reschedule their meeting, but Pooh says he wants to talk to Gucci privately. So the two of them go into a separate recording room, and according to the complaint, Pooh brings out a contract termination or contract release document and tells Gucci to sign it. Gucci says he doesn't want to sign the document, and so the complaint says the two of them begin arguing. Pooh then tells Rodney Wright Jr., who again is Big 30, to get his bag, and when Big 30 returns with the bag, Pooh allegedly pulls out a black AK-style pistol pointed at Gucci and then demands he signs the contract release. Gucci then signs, and while he's doing that, William Sr. and Big 30 guard the door of the recording room so that Gucci can't leave. According to the document, after Gucci signs the document, Pooh allegedly takes Gucci's wedding ring, his watch, earrings, and his cash from him. Gucci apparently forgot to date his signature, and so after reviewing the document, Pooh gives him the document back so he can add the date, and then they're all good. Now, when they are exiting that recording room, the other defendants who were still in the main studio area pulled out their weapons and allegedly demanded the other victims to give them their stuff. The document says victim PB was pushed onto a couch in the control room, while an individual named as CMO Dan Pooh searched his pockets and stole his wallet. BP's 1017 chain and a necklace were also stolen from him by someone he knew as Blizzy 375. The document says BP was also able to identify someone he knew as Baby Slime 375 and another individual he knew as Baby. Now, during this incident, the complaint alleges that MM, the other victim, was choked from behind to the point of nearly losing consciousness, resulting in him having scratches on his neck and wrist. MM's Rolex watch, a Louis Vuitton bag containing multiple other high-dollar watches, his Apple AirPod headphones, and his wallet were all stolen from him, but he happened to have an Apple AirTag located in the Louis Vuitton bag, and so he provided that to law enforcement, which were able to track the last known location. And then, according to the complaint, Pooh Sheisty pointed the barrel of the firearm to the back of BP's head and orders him and Gucci to leave the studio. According to law enforcement, video surveillance shows the defendants leaving the building at approximately 4:58 p.m. So that's the outline of what the feds say happened at the studio. So now let's get into some of the evidence law enforcement says they have to show that these defendants committed this crime. And it starts with some surveillance videos recovered from another building in the area. That video shows a white Buick Enclave, a black Dodge Charger Hellcat, and a black Dodge Ram, all pulling off shortly after the incident. And according to police records, Rodney Wright Jr.'s father owned a 2020 Dodge Charger Hellcat bearing a Tennessee license plate. And the Buick that was with the cars was actually a rental car. And after getting a subpoena for records from Hertz, law enforcement learned that Lontrell Williams Sr. rented the car on December 29, 2025, with a return date of January 11, 2026, the day after this incident. Next up, the document goes into Pooh Sheisty's ankle monitor. The document notes that Pooh Sheisty had just been put on house arrest on October 31st, 2025 for a firearms charge. And a part of his conditions for this house arrest was that he would not possess any deadly weapon or knowingly be in the company of a person possessing the same. It also notes that he was required to wear an electronic monitoring device, and that same monitoring device confirmed that he was at or near the location of this incident around the time of this incident. Next up, the document talks about a trip Lontrell Williams Sr. took to Staples around 1:15 on the day of the incident. Now remember, Gucci and his team didn't get inside the studio until around 3:15, and according to this complaint, at approximately 1:50 p.m., Williams Sr. was seen on video entering a Staples. His rented Buick Enclave can be seen on surveillance video parking near the front of the store, and then when Williams comes into the store, he goes directly to the copy printer machine. And so investigators are alleging that due to the timing of this Staples trip, they believe Williams Sr. was there to print off the contractual release that he later presented to Gucci at the studio. All right, next up are cell phone records. And according to investigators, they say that these records show some of the defendants driving from Memphis on January 8th and arriving in Dallas in the early morning hours of January 9th. And if one person having an ankle monitor wasn't enough, defendant Glover apparently also had an ankle monitor on, and his monitor also aligned with what all the other evidence is showing. Investigators also received records from Greyhound, which apparently showed defendants Glover, Rogers, Gibson, and McDaniel traveling from Dallas, Texas back to Memphis, Tennessee after the alleged incident. 3 of the other defendants who didn't take the Greyhound drove back to Memphis in the Hellcat, and when they got to Memphis, they stayed at a Comfort Inn, and while they were there, the Hellcat was apparently reported stolen. I'm assuming that's on purpose, but there's a lot going on. But after learning about the defendants being at the Comfort Inn, investigators were able to get surveillance video from that hotel, and they see that at some point, almost all of the defendants had been at the Comfort Inn, and they're all wearing some of the same clothing that was seen on video at the studio. And then investigators were able to lift some fingerprints off of cups that were left in the studio, and they matched those to defendant Gibson and defendant Rogers. Now, after all of that corroborating evidence, law enforcement says they then used Instagram to help identify some of the defendants. First up was Pooh Sheisty, who was easily identifiable because all of the victims knew his real name and his stage name. And then when it comes to Luntrell Williams Sr., they all knew that he was Pooh Sheisty's dad. The document says all three victims were able to identify Rodney White as Big 30. And because some of these defendants made posts on Instagram shortly after the incident, that also helped law enforcement. For example, victim BP knew Rogers as his Instagram page, Dampool375, and after law enforcement was able to match his pictures to his state ID, they figured out his name. But in addition to that, Rogers was also seen on Instagram wearing a Rolex that appeared to be similar to the one stolen from NN. And then there's defendant Glover, whose Instagram name is Twin CMO, and his Instagram account later posted stories of him having a Rolex, a large amount of cash, and tagged Dallas, Texas as his location. Now, is the point to get away with the crime or not? There was also a post of him wearing a 1017 chain that was similar to the one that was stolen from BP at the studio. All right, you get the point. And so, in conclusion, law enforcement says there is probable cause to believe that on January 10, 2026, in Dallas, Texas, DeMarcus Glover, Demarion Gibson, Corday Johnson, Darian McDaniel, Terrence Rogers, Kadarius Waters, Lontrell Williams Jr., Lontrell Williams Sr., and Rodney White Jr. all conspired and committed these crimes. And so they've been arrested. Now, I'm not a lawyer, but even if your point was to get out of the contract, forcing someone to do it under duress would still invalidate the contract release, right? Like you can't force someone to sign a document. That defeats the point. But I'm not a lawyer or a criminal, so what do I know? And this is all alleged. So we'll see what happens.
Russell.
Man, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of EOS. It's 1090 Jake, man. I'm rocking.
Now I wanted to let her give y'all a rundown for those of y'all who actually don't know what's going on. This may be the first time you stumbled across this video or stumbled across anything dealing with this situation. Or maybe it was the title that drew you here to see what I'm talking about and why I'm using Gucci Mane and Pooh Sheisty as the subject matter. You'll have to go back and listen to what I said at the beginning if you're just pulling up. But again, I wanted to lay the foundation for what's going on for those of y'all who don't understand, or even why, again, that I did this using them. And as she said in her videos, to say she's not a lawyer, but well, let me get into this. Because, you know, as she just said at the end of the video, common sense, and this is what I was saying, this is something I'm going to get into, how people brain, and I've spoken about this in other videos, about how these dudes' brains, you just know they was raised by their mom. And the reason why I'm saying that, not blaming women, not shooting nothing at women, but women are emotional and they're impulsive. They do things. They see only down the road. They don't see around the corner. Right? Now, of course, he had his daddy with him, but just the fact that his daddy was with him to do something like this, participated in this, didn't talk his son out of doing this when his son is a multi-millionaire, successful rapper, that says everything about his fatherhood and him as a father. That says everything. But not to go too deep into that, a lot of these dudes mostly do it raised by their mom, and you can just tell. So they don't think around the corner, they only think down the road. Now, common sense tells you that, okay, I'm about to hold this man at gunpoint. And I'm going to say this here before I even say that. Let's just say Gucci Mane didn't bring nobody. What's common sense tell you? Business is about to get discussed, right? Who knows what else was discussed on the phone that we don't know about, because Gucci Mane brought a cameraman also. So it could have been something about they were going to shoot a video, they were going to celebrate. Who knows what the other reason, but Gucci Man brought his cameraman, number one. Number two, this is a business deal. Gucci Man is the owner of 1017, but they hooked to Atlantic. So, of course, somebody else was going to come. Come to find out, bodyguards came. One of the bodyguards is an off-duty police officer. You know what I'm saying? And these people come, but just, like I say, let's just say none of them came. Let's just say none of them came. It was just Gucci Man that got robbed. But again, that goes into what I'm saying about the thinking system. Common sense, right, will tell you that other people is going to be present in this situation. Somebody's coming with Gucci Man. Well, let's just hypothetically speak, even though this didn't happen, let's just say that Gucci Man came on himself. They did what they did, got him to sign a thing, no witnesses, nothing. Gucci played it, kept it real, played it, kept it solid. You think this was just, I'm just saying, the old Gucci that we all know of, that people tried to rob him and he killed him. He was, this is public record, right? This dude, you think, so y'all really should be glad. But just thinking, this dude here, you rob him, get him to sign over the rights of a contract or release you or whatever. Where do you think you're going to perform at? Wherever you perform at, if this was the old Gucci got multi-billion power, right? You think he just going to let you just let that ride? You got to come to Atlanta. You got to come to Atlanta. Atlanta is one of the main spots for hip-hop. Gucci a governor out there. You think, but again, and he got going. So just think how dangerous that was going to be to you and your partners. Just think all of the bad that could come out of this. And if y'all go to a situation and it do be a shootout, one of your boys died, like you got to bury your homeboy. They mama got to go through all the whole rigmarole of funerals and hurt and pain. Or one of your boys do one of them, and then he get bigger than Gucci Man and the clique because he got partners and his partners got family that ain't connected to him. And this wasn't thought through. And then again, we're so stupid about it. But again, our culture say you got to live your raps. So instead of if you were going to do this or even try to attempt to do something so stupid, don't be there. Have some foot soldiers do that. No, you got to be on the scene doing it yourself. Are you stupid? Now, and again, also like the woman said, now, and everybody's saying it now, you know what's about to happen now? Gucci Man, because Gucci Man ain't the same Gucci Man he was 20 years ago, 15 years ago. You shouldn't be the same person you are 10 years ago. If you are, something wrong. When you stop growing, you're dead. You might be still living and breathing. When you stop growing, evolving, and you shouldn't be over. You shouldn't even be the same person today that you was 5 years ago. Should be some type of change. Here I'm talking about. Because that's where it starts and then it comes out. And so now it's about to happen. Gucci is going to testify on him. He better. But even if he don't, those other dudes going to testify. But from what I'm understanding is he asked to talk to Gucci private. And him and Gucci went in there. It was just him, Gucci, and his father. And he held Gucci gunpoint to sign a thing. His daddy looked over it. Then he was like, his dad was like, no, he got to date it. Then Gucci Man dated it. And Big 30 was the guy outside barricading anybody from going in, the bodyguards, anything. And they was all at gunpoint. They was outgunned. But Gucci Man better testify. Why wouldn't he? I changed your life. I don't care. And you talking about, oh, your guy was going to, why your guy ain't been signed? He was in Memphis. He from Memphis. He was doing his thing in Memphis. Why didn't your guy have been signed? Now you want to wait till he popping to try to steal it from your op, Gucci Man, because you know y'all don't get along. No. So now you about to get sued because again, when you're a rapper, you're a business. So Pooh Sheisty is about to get sued for pain and suffering. you still gonna be in contract with Gucci Mane. So he gonna be getting paid from that. Now, whatever contract set up the way he gotta pay you legally, he probably gonna still have to do that. But again, he gonna sue you for your estate. And if he sue you for your estate or a percentage of your estate, not only is he still gonna have you under contract for however many albums or any music you drop, what he owed you, he gonna be keeping. Not to mention, you about to be in jail for a long time. And I'm glad, because you know what? That dude changed your life. And yeah, Gucci Mane, like that's like when people talk about how NFL owners, oh, the owners need to play. No, they don't. Every owner is a billionaire before he was an NFL owner. No owner became a billionaire, then bought a team except probably Jerry Jones. But majority of dudes was already billionaire before they got in football. Players need them. Because if they shut the league down, they still gonna be billionaire. But all of these players that aspire to be NFL players or NBA players, they not gonna have a league. So when people say that, oh well, you saying that he changed his life, but he put money in Gucci pocket too. Listen, Gucci was already straight. It's plenty orders Gucci had, don't have no more, and gonna get. And also another thing, like I said, this situation hurt. And that's what I tell dudes all the time, bro. Black people, when you do stuff, it affects the people that come behind you. You know how many people it's gonna affect, even with other record labels. Everything, because a lot of these dudes that's rappers, they come from the street. They come from, advantageous situation, bad situation. Man, nobody gonna be trusting them after what Pooh Sheisty did. Even though I don't believe Pooh Sheisty would have did that to no Jew or no white person. He did it to Gucci Mane because he felt like Gucci Mane was, gonna keep it street. Man, Gucci Mane is a new person, man. That last joke Gucci Mane did, man, Gucci Mane came home and did a 900, not no 360, not no set. He did a 900. So much so, people call him a clone. Gucci Mane changed. He got married. He had him a child. He chilling. Gucci Mane ain't got no time for this. But again, I want to play some more clips. And of course, I'm going to chime in. Made a big mistake, Pooh Sheisty. What we going to go to next? Let's check this one out.
Propel yourself into summer with Old Spice Poseidon Body Wash. See you at the barbecue.
Yes, by the Russell standards, Pooh Sheisty was heaven sent. Mob Boss too. Even you. Before we get started, though, you know what I need? Subs, likes, run up that hype, help me build out this channel, and over there we're gonna put that 100K plaque. You feel me? To celebrate and appreciate all the hard work I put here. All right, bet. So listen, Pooh Sheisty, we know the story by now, right? We've seen multiple people report on this. I've watched a lot of videos. Everybody from Seti Nash to Flacco to 1090 Jake. I'm not a lawyer. Shouts out to her. I love her channel. Very, very dope. And I've gotten a lot of different, I want to say mixed reviews. I feel like most people are on the same page when it comes to Pooh Sheisty doing some wrong shit, right? We feel and see the fact that, we've been down this road before. Freecash.com. Freecash.com has over 250,000 reviews. It's at 4.7 stars. I've been putting y'all on for a minute now. It's time for you to sign up. What are you doing? All you got to do is scan the QR code that you see on the screen and you good. You can start making money from referring people. Make sure that y'all use my QR code that y'all see on the screen. Sign up for freecash.com right now. Tell them Wayno sent you. Bro, you crashed out. You did bad. You did something horrible. And we did that without seeing hardcore evidence. The reason why people are believing it is because we're basing that on his character and what he's presented. And I think that's going to be the strongest fight for him along this battle. But guess what? There's a new news development, and this is what they had to say about the evidence that the feds don't have.
Ron, thank you. Now to a new development tonight in the arrest of Memphis rapper Pooh Sheisty. He and 8 others are charged with kidnapping rapper Gucci Mane. Sheisty's father, Lontrell Williams Sr., and another Memphis rapper known as Big 30 appeared in federal court today. Action News 5's Caitlin Miller was in the courtroom in downtown Memphis. So Caitlin, fill us in. What happened today?
Yeah, Joyce. So they're actually still in there. But what I can tell you is that a special agent from the FBI, Marcellus Hobbs, from the Dallas Violent Crimes Task Force, took the stand. And defense attorneys for Lontrell Williams Sr., Pooh Sheisty's father, and Rodney Wright Jr., also known as rapper Big 30, asked Hobbs a key question. Is there any hard evidence, like video surveillance, showing either man possessing a gun or threatening anyone? And Hobbs said no. He also testified that no concrete evidence was found in Wright's car or Williams' homes when they were arrested. But even so, the judge ruled there is still probable cause for both men and all defendants who appear today based on cell phone data, outside surveillance video, and victim statements that stand uncontested. Right now, we're still waiting for the detention decision, so we're watching to see whether they'll be held or released as we move forward. Thanks, Joyce. This is Caitlin Miller, Action News 5.
This is the whole thing when it comes to the feds. They don't have to catch you to catch you. My friend's lawyer told me that one time. My friend was dealing with a federal case. The lawyer said, yo, listen, man, you're going to have to get some pleas in order. Something's going to have to happen because they don't have to catch you to catch you. Now, the whole situation with them is documented based on communication, proximity, navigation, all of these different technologies that follow things, right? Pooh Sheisty was on home confinement. We understand that. He wasn't even supposed to be there. And at the point where he was supposed to have had a conversation with his probation and parole officer, and they told him to leave, he didn't. He decided to stay there, and he decided to, allegedly go with everything that we're hearing. Now, the reason why niggas believe it is because it's based on his character, which I feel is going to be the biggest part.
When the Fed get involved, ain't no allegedly. So we can stop saying that right now. They got stuff people talking about, like I seen some reports talking about it's no strong evidence. It's stuff that they just released some of the stuff. See if this was the state involved, when it happened on January 10th, the state would have made arrest on January 12th for the public. See the Fed, they more diplomatic, and they delegate better. They gonna wait. They gonna make sure they got a case. That's why they got a 90-something on conviction rate. And when you tell people that, people say, "Oh, that's because people take pleas." No, it's not. No, it's not. I got buku partners in the Fed. They had money. Listen, check this out, bro. When you get them Fed catch you, they gonna get you in that room. You got two options. There's no third option. You got two options, because they're gonna lay all these pictures out. They're gonna let you hear audio. They're gonna let you hear video, what you did, where you was, when you was doing it. And guess what? You're gonna have two choices. You either say, look, well, my guideline, because that's how they sentence in the Fed, going off guidelines. How long you been, how many times you been convicted, what kind of type charge it was. So they're gonna look at that and they're gonna sentence you. You can say, look, option number one, man, y'all got me right. I'm gonna go ahead and take a plea and put myself at the mercy of the court and let the judge sentence me. Or you could go to trial and fight him, and you gonna lose. You gonna lose. Herb got it, beat him, but hey, they got a 99. They got a 90-something conviction rate. Matter of fact, let me look that up, because I want to be perfect in what I'm saying. I don't want to just put no number on that. So let me make it. It was a 90-something. I don't know. I'm about to look. We're gonna look it up together. Let's see right now. Let's see right now. I'm gonna pull it. Once I pull this up, I'm gonna just let this play while I'm pulling it up. And
when it comes to this whole indictment, this whole situation with him and his team. Shop again. You feel me? Niggas is going to use exactly who he is and who he presented himself against him.
Block got shit on the way, nigga. My soul just did some shit. I ain't blood, I ain't crip, I ain't Muslim, killing rumors, nigga. Try this shit on one of them other cabin rappers. I'm a shooter. I don't join gangs, I make them. Don't type Sheisty in on Google, man. Shit, I'll tell you something, man. don't join gangs up, make them go read about me on Google, nigga.
See what I'm saying? Let's look at it together. I came up with it. Look. Let's see, do I got it right? Hold on. See, I type in Fed conviction rate. See what it say? 90 to 95%. Just Google. Just Google, like the old folks say. Federal conviction rates are exceptionally high with over 90 to 95% of defendants convicted. They not a game. No alleged with them. This is not the state.
I'm gonna redo the federal contraband because I don't really think y'all can hear it over the phone and type of urge y'all got and shit. I'm gonna redo that bitch so I'm gonna make sure you hear me. Shoot the video so I can make sure you feel me. You know what I'm saying? Y'all couldn't hear this shit for real. There's so much shit being said.
Tell customers to eat it.
It's a restaurant, Todd. What am I supposed to say?
Dreaming of the perfect family trip?
Who are you?
Look at this.
Priceline's AI travel assistant.
Couldn't hear this shit.
Look at this. This is the state conviction rate. 55%. Just going to show you, 55 to 62%. And that's just showing you the comparison of the federal. Federal is 90 to 95%. The state is 55 to 62%. Just showing y'all a comparison of conviction rate. The state jumps stupid. They just do anything. They'll just do something for the public without due diligence. The Fed don't operate like that. But let's continue.
For real. There's so much shit being said. Yeah.
These artists do so much to stand on the fact of who they're presenting. Now, the biggest thing that a lawyer is always going to run with is, oh, this is all entertainment. This is entertainment. It's entertainment. It's entertainment. But entertainment to what degree? Because, yeah, we're entertained by the music, right? But when you start doing stuff like talking about Chopper Gang and I don't start gang. I don't join gangs. I make them. And then you look at the personnel on your team and then they start going through each and every one of these niggas' criminal records or lack thereof or seeing what they was caught with or what they alleged of. It all adds up. So when people are, jumping for joy at the fact that they don't have no evidence, man, that don't mean a goddamn thing. You think that the feds need evidence to actually charge and convict somebody? They don't. All they need to do is have enough to look at it. That's what probable cause is. You know how I was watching, what's the dude? Is it Tommy G? He was riding around, in Chicago. I think it's Tommy G, the YouTuber, the white dude. And he was riding around Chicago and he kept saying how like a lot of these traffic stops, they started and ended just off the fact that people were smoking weed. Knowing that weed is not legal, that's all the cop needs in order for them to search your car. So knowing that you got shit that you should not have in your car, I get it. You want to go around, you want to do things, but you'll get high in the car knowing you got some shit that could get you some time and put yourself in that position. And that's how I look at this situation with Pooh Sheisty. Now, don't get me wrong, right? Just came out the feds, fresh out. He's talking his life. FDO people was eating this shit up. You know what I mean? They running with it. They loving it. They going for oh man, he really is who he said he was. What is that entertainment? What is that form of entertainment getting him? End of the day, he still signed the 1017 in Atlanta. Not nothing you could do about that. So why they running up FDO and making it a bigger song and the shit is possibly going to go, if it's not gold already, going to go gold and then platinum, possibly multi-platinum. Who's getting paid from that? I mean, he's going to get a percentage, but he's signed to 1017 and he's also signed to Atlantic. So the whole crash out, the whole thing was done null and void. It's even kind of crazier when you see how Gucci Mane was talking and how he felt about Pooh Sheisty being home.
Shiesty, he home. He still on the lake. 100%. Oh yeah. Shiesty, I got big plans for Shiesty, man. Yeah. That's what I've been waiting on, Shiesty.
Yeah.
So finna go up right now. And Pooh finna come out too, and I got big plans for him too. I got just execute these plans right on time. Well, it's very exciting times now. Yeah. I've been waiting on them, I can't lie.
Even Big 30 was heaven sent. Let's keep this in perspective. The man expressed how excited he was for his artist to come home. Now, we all know the situation with Big Scar, his sister, his family, paying for the funeral or not. The problem that a lot of, these rappers have is what they don't understand is that if you sign to a label, and it's unfortunate, don't get it twisted. If you sign to a label and you sell records and you make the label money, that does not mean that they have to pay for your funeral. And I know, oh my God, Wayno, but they making money off of the shit that they rapping, that they lived in the streets, and some of these niggas died by that and they risking their life. Niggas don't sign you to risk your life. They sign you to put out music.
Straight up.
It's music business. It's not music friendship.
Straight
It's
up.
not music gang. I don't care how much a nigga you meet him and you like, oh man, he seemed thorough and he this and he that, or she this and she that, and all of that shit. That has nothing to do with real life. It's unfortunate what happened to Big Scar. He was really, really promising from out of Memphis. You know what I'm saying? I feel like he was one of the ones that he was cutting through too. Like, don't get it twisted. Big Scar was on a trajectory of selling records. I remember like his first mixtape sold like 25K. Like, wow, that's big for an up-and-coming artist. You know what I'm saying? And his second one did like 30 or 40 or some shit like that. It's like, wow, he got something going. But also, Gucci didn't have the personnel. What some people may not know about just the whole 1017 shit is this. A lot of those artists, if not most of those artists, were just artists signed to Atlantic. They weren't signed to 1017. See, Gucci been down with he's been down with Atlantic for so long that what they did was they said, yo, we got a lot of these artists we trying to break. We need the cosign. And we can help you build your label and pass those artists over to him.
Absolutely.
He didn't have no personnel. He didn't have no staff. That nigga's learning on the job the same as everybody else. And that's unfortunate for him too, because then you get situations like this where maybe there was some sort of staff. They could have been the ones that are bearers of the bad news that niggas is not paying for funerals. But you shouldn't look for that. If you work at Costco's or you work at Target and something happens to you, they not about to pay for your motherfucking funeral, nor is they gonna pull up. But the thing,
well, that's wrong in some cases, because I actually worked for a casino one time and they put 40,000. Well, I don't know for everybody, but I was like not even in no ranking position. I just was kind of like a regular person, and I had they put forth. So I'm sure there are GMs and people who had positions in leadership had higher, but mine as just an entry level worker was 40,000. They give you $40,000 life insurance policy, and this was at a well-known big casino. So I don't know how they do for everywhere, but he wrong when they say that. And it's so crazy that these rappers and these record labels don't have insurance policies on these rappers, because you can clearly see they lunch meat. I was just telling y'all about the Offset and Lil TJ situation earlier. These rappers are crash dummies. You know what I'm saying? They work hard and put all their money in their career and all their time and everything into being who they are and getting big and famous and accumulating fame and fortune just to crash out because they want to keep up an image again of this silly, destructive, demonic culture that we all at some point or another to feel victim to, which is why we have to destroy and rebuild. There's no fixing it. Let's continue.
About hip hop and hip hop culture and the streets is that we personalize things. See, we take this shit home with us, which everybody else don't. Everybody else, shit over, they turn their phones off. They ain't worried about. They on a yacht somewhere eating, having fun. They're not worried about what the artist is going through. And some could look at that as messed up, and others could look at it as business. This shit is business. And the situation is just a bad business move, because overall, I mean, Pooh Sheisty, whether you know him or not, he's presented himself as a gangster. And he's done gangster shit. He's been convicted of gangster shit. This is not nothing I'm making up or I'm just putting a case on him or nothing. No, this is who we know you to be, nigga. And people accept you how they met you. That's how it goes. So at the point where this is what you want to be known for, this is what your legacy is, and then it's something alleged of you, the toughest thing is going to be going in that courtroom and proving that you're not who people are saying you are. Because from the reports, from the paperwork, everything that you say you are is what you rapped about. That nigga got a song where he said, I rob a rapper right after a session. Give me all of that. And that shit came to light. That came to light.
And the project is going to use that.
Like I said about Russ Sanders, Pooh Sheisty is heaven sent. But the fact of the matter is this, man. Bad decisions and decision making is never going to get you the way you go. Being impulsive, you know what I mean? Being impulsive is going to lead to them bad decisions. Having an ego.
Every time.
All of these different things are going to add into the sentence that's gonna not only gonna come for Pooh Sheisty, but for his whole team. I seen Big 30 lawyer saying some shit like, "Oh, don't get it didn't go this, bro. It don't matter. That nigga was in the room." And then we even seen surveillance pictures. So we didn't even see, the robbery happen on camera, which some people are alluding to exists. But we do see pictures. We do see pictures of a bunch of people leaving out of the building with what? Shiesty, the mask. He made himself synonymous with a ski mask. Not for performance, for robbery. Niggas have literally coined the ski mask as a shiesty. To where I seen it in Philly. They had it. No shiesties allowed. They made it synonymous with you. Keep in mind, the word shiesty means snakish, right? It means like you know what I mean? You know what the word shiesty means? Or shiest? Everything that Pooh Sheisty has presented has done nothing but put himself in a position where it's going to now seal his fate. I mean, I don't know how this is going to go. I got an idea how it's going to go. I got a strong idea. And have y'all seen the videos now? People trying to get on LeBron for saying that, the stuff about Memphis. Let's not get it twisted, man. Memphis took the mantle from or the baton from Chicago about 6-7 years ago. All of the stuff that was happening online in Chicago as far as beefing, gang shit, gang problems within music had gotten passed over to Memphis, for the past few years. People getting shot in arenas, people getting in all of these different gang wars and stuff, and these things playing out. Got to make a decision, man. What's messed up is I've never spent over a day in Memphis. Every time I've been to Memphis in my life, it's been for one day. I've had some really, really good food downtown. I actually was at Birthday Bash the year when the alleged terrorist attack was supposed to happen. Luckily, that didn't happen because I was walking from that venue, the FedEx Forum, over to my hotel. That was a couple of blocks down, and I was with my son, so I'm happy that didn't happen. But, it's a thing going on in Memphis, man. And it's a lot of black people in Memphis and a lot of rich culture there. And I would like to see the shit switched. I would like to see demonic. I worked with Action Pack AP. I got a chance to work with
damnation out there. That's what's out there.
Rest in peace to Big Joe. I got a chance to work with Duke Deuce. I got a chance to work with a lot of different Memphis artists and producers. I got a chance to meet DJ fucking Paul. Easy, right? Like, and this bad rap, it doesn't do anything good for the people off of business. So we're going to see how this goes with Pooh Sheisty. But I think Memphis, y'all got some tough decisions to make. This summer, y'all definitely losing Ja Morant. This is I do it myself, though. For the ones that rock him, how we doing. For the ones that don't, eventually will. I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.
I not get a whole lot of Gucci Mane there yesterday.
Now this is Finesse 2 Time. I like Finesse 2 Time, man. And he started his little platform, man, where he do blog and he talk about stuff. But I wanted to cover this and put this on the thing because he's saying some stuff that is very, very, very important. I want you guys to hear it. Listen up.
It ain't true.
I'm a chime in.
What you said. My I'm back with a motherfucker update though. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie. I was trying to defend Gucci Mane there yesterday.
You trying to defend the old Gucci?
Hey, Walt. That shit look crazy. That shit is crazy looking at. Motherfuckers did some weird paperwork ad or some weird clout chasing ad, but the only thing I can think of, right, that might be going on And I told Suge this. I said, is Gucci Mane telling? That's Keisha doing it.
Absolutely.
That's his wife. His wife making him tell.
And guess what? I made a video. Funny. I made a video. I want to say a couple months ago, last year, when I reacted and covered the Gucci Mane Breakfast Club interview. And if you've seen that interview without you even going to look at my video, which is go check it out because I got a lot of points that I talk about in that very important video. Excuse me. Keisha, and I like Keisha. I love Keisha. I love how she speak a lot about God and how she a praying woman, allegedly, from what she say, I believe her. I love Keisha, always did. But she got Gucci Mane under so much dope medication that she pretty much controls him. And I'm not saying that in a bad way. Sometimes the man is supposed to be the head, but in some situations, in the leadership position, the man is the head. But some situations, the woman can be a strength to a man if she's a good woman. And I think Keisha is. Now, I don't support the medication thing. I'm anti-therapist, anti that. I feel like it's just band-aids to situations that only can be fixed by God. But again, for the most part, especially when you in their world, the millionaire level that they're on, the people that surround them is telling them, hey, get them therapy because they believe in these things. These people that got that kind of money, they don't really believe in God like that. They believe in, they'll say they believe in God, and some of them do, but they believe in these therapists. And again, I always said, I think a life coach is better than a therapist, because a therapist is knowledge, books, clinical. A life coach is somebody who went through experience, came out on top, and they teach you how to impact your life, put things back together for you to come out on top. Right? And so therapists is gonna be clinical and they're gonna what you do with your action and they're gonna put you on and all this dope. And that's just what Gucci Mane is right now. And he loved his family. He loved that woman. A lot of things happened since they've been together. When he was in prison and all that, he still stayed with her. He didn't have to. He Gucci Mane, he can have any woman that he wants. He loved that woman. Not to mention they have a child together. I don't know if that's Gucci's first child, but that's his only child that I know of. I don't know though. I don't want to say that it is, and I'm giving bad information. But I mean, you think that now when he was in the street and all that, that was one thing. He wasn't married. You think this man, and it's what anybody will do. Anybody. You married now, you changed your life, and you done got put in a situation with somebody that you looked out for, and now they played on your top, and you're in a position where you can really like strip them. Not only strip them of all of their rights and make them pay for what they did, but also they're going to go sent to jail. But that's not even a big thing. But that's the bad part about it. Because I know Gucci coming from where he comes from may or may not. Because he don't live in the street anymore. He can't do him nothing. Because when he lived in the street and somebody played with him like that, we all know what happened. He killed that dude. He don't live that life no more. He can't leave his family and his wife out here for no foolishness. He grown. He almost 50. And Keisha telling him, oh, you ain't doing what? What happened? Oh, you gonna tell that police? And that's his wife. And he doing the right thing. Because me, I'm gonna be honest. Personally, I hope I hope Pooh Sheisty, well, I ain't gonna say I hope he get on life, but I hope he do a long time enough for his mind to get because one thing about me, I hate a shiesty person. I hate a disloyal person, bro. And just the fact that this person gave you an opportunity, I'm so loyal that there's people in my life, bro, that did stuff for me almost 30 years ago and never did nothing else for me. And even then did some flawed stuff as we got older. But because what you did when we was kids, man, I'm never going against you, bro. Before I go against you, I'll just be like, man, you heard me? Before he could have did that, he could have just been like, look, because it wasn't like he had a lifetime contract with Gucci Mane, right? So before you do that, look, man, I'm gonna just go ahead and just release Buku music, put my albums together that I owe him, and I'm gone. But when you a Shiesty, this loyal slime ball dirtbag, you don't care about nothing but yourself. And at that time, you don't care about nobody, what they did for you, a slice they throw. That's snake activity. What Pooh Sheisty said in this song? Grandma want me to cut the yard, but she don't know I'm the biggest snake. Let's continue.
She's standing on woman time. She's standing up because from what I heard, what I know, when shit went down, WAP will fight. WAP went with his move. WAP shit fell off. His watch and his ring fell off while he was going with his move. Wasn't no shots fired. But when he got through scuffling, he told the security, "What my shit? My shit gone." That's when shit got wild.
Oh wow.
It did go left. She did get crazy. And what I don't know is, but what it looked like is if Watt made a statement. Now I don't know if he made a statement, but it looked like it.
Natural gas.
As he should have, man.
Delivered at a fraction of the cost.
As he should have.
I don't know if he made a statement, but it looked like it. I ain't gonna lie. That shit looked bad for Watt. Because if you was scarred like you supposed to, I don't think Shiesty would have did what he did. I don't think he would, if he did it. I don't think he would have went that extent to do that. So if you was scarred like you supposed to, when that man died the way and you weren't there for Scar and you weren't there for his family and shit, you wrong for that. But let me give y'all the flip side of it. This shit business.
Absolutely.
And in business, they don't care about street dudes. They don't care about street tactics. They don't live by those. They don't do that shit. WAP is business oriented. He don't care for the streets no more. He older now. It's old with.
Old with.
And let me tell you something else. A lot of these out here feel the same way.
Yep. They just ain't been put in the situation.
They just ain't gonna tell you until the opportunity presents itself. You ain't gonna never know that they are snitch until something happened to them that'll make them snitch. A majority of them, especially the ones who be so snitch cake, the ones who be so snitch killer, the ones who be so gangster, them be the ones ain't never been placed in a situation to tell on nobody. Man, I would never, man, have me. You don't know what the you will do. Shut the up, bitch.
What you doing?
You see what I'm saying? So, I hate that for Gucci. I hate that for Shiesty. It's ugly, WAP.
Oh, yeah.
It's ugly, WAP. That name and that paperwork, like, it's ugly for the streets. But
get a
on
street.
The flip side, when it comes to being a businessman, a husband, a father, my wife probably telling him, wife, you gotta think about it. What if WAP walked in the house? What if Gucci Man walked in the house, right? What if Gucci Man walked in the house and called 20, 30 niggas and said, man, load up. Niggas got me, meet me in my crib right now. Load them choppers up. Load is up, it's going up. And his wife said, Reggie, you're not finna do this, dumb. You married, we got kids. We work X, Y, and Z worth of money. You done made it through this, you done made it through that. You want to do all this about a dumb ring or dumb watch. You want to woo, woo, woo. And you leave this house right now.
That you got insurance on.
Married. Do you think that man gonna sacrifice everything the rest of his life? See, a lot of people live for longevity. Some people, most people, they live for the moment. They live for right now. What they can get done today.
Yep.
I'm behind because I've been to jail so much. But I think 10, 15, 20 years from now.
Absolutely. Word up.
That woman gonna be in that man's life for the next 10, 15 years.
Or to death.
Till they die, probably.
Yep.
You ain't never heard about her cheating on him. You ain't never heard about him cheating on her. And
I tell people all the time, bro, give me a Savannah James. Give me a Keisha K.O. Give me, I don't want one of these high-class hoes that all don't Jada Pinkett. You know, you don't hear nothing by Savannah James. You don't hear nothing by Keisha K.O. You don't hear nothing about these women. And you don't hear nothing about their men. Because they really happy. And they don't be on social media with it all the time. But they really happy. You've never heard Gucci Man cheating on her. You've never heard that LeBron, you've never heard these in those scandals. The ones that be on social media with all that, like they so in love, that's the ones who be cheating on each other, doing all kind of other stuff. And you may say, yeah, they still might have didn't get caught. Okay, well, Gucci or whatever. But guess what? They ain't got caught. And after all this time, somebody would have came out with something. Come on, man.
Said me. What they tell you? He loved that woman. That woman loved him. She changed him. Made him feel better. Made him a man.
I don't know about all that.
When he failed. When he was fighting the feds. And they call it pussy whip. And they say, oh, you whip.
That's some little boy stuff. That's little boy stuff.
You're going to be tender one day when somebody keep it real with you. If you ever get the moment somebody ever find somebody to keep it real with you.
Bro.
If you ever find somebody to keep it real with you, whether you be woman or man,
you're going to be ready to go.
God, you're going to go against your whole family about it.
He preaching. He preaching.
We have everything you need to unlock your
for us.
So you can give everything you've got.
Get
stronger with free fitness training at Planet Fitness. Join for 1 cent down, $15 a month. No commitment. Deal ends Friday, April 10th.
Only Taco Bell has what it takes to put crispy chicken nuggets inside a Crunchwrap slider. Why? Because what it takes is a Crunchwrap slider. We 100% have been at those. Choose from creamy chipotle.
You know what?
Half of us, especially if you're in your 20s or 30s, you never really even had nobody in your life that just was all the way 100% down for you. And when you get that, if you ever get it, man, you ain't about to let it, especially once y'all get joined together and got a family, kids. Y'all got a combined network of businesses that y'all done stores together. And how much anybody just let that go, especially for no street stuff, for a name? For a name? See what happened to the dirt. See what happened to these dudes who listen to Facebook and social media comments and make them crash out, and then they gonna talk about you. Man, that nigga was stupid. He had a wife, he had money, he let the street buck him up to slide on Pooh Sheisty. Now that nigga got 100 years. Man, ain't nobody got time for that, man. Trying to impress people who ain't nobody to impress. That they gonna switch on you and go with the flow when they calling you stupid, and they gonna switch on you and go with the flow when they calling you pussy. Man, go ahead on, man. That man better listen to his wife. And even if he didn't have his wife, still, common sense, them niggas played on your top. Ain't no going back to no street. Down there 50, you niggas going to jail for being stupid. And y'all getting sued. That's how this go. Y'all gonna think about it next time y'all get an opportunity.
So guess what? If Rock Taylor I ain't gonna even lie. Keisha got a lot to do with it.
I like this boy Finesse, bro. He a real solid dude. He down to earth, like everyday dude, bro. I like Finesse.
Or you gonna stand on business? Or your family? Me, your kid? You think you gonna throw everything away for a watch in a ring? You gonna fuck us for? And shit, at the end of the day, what you think he gonna choose? As a man, though, not a boy. See, boys is the ones who make decisions that please everybody.
Thank you.
Man is the one that make decisions that please the inner circle, the family,
God,
the brand that helps us. I go do this for one of you. You ain't gonna even be here for me. Ain't gonna send no commissary. Ain't gonna get a nigga a muffin.
They gonna be talking about you, calling you stupid like they doing dirt.
Ain't gonna get a shit. They still don't make up for making a statement. They still don't, you too grown, walk, and you got a whole lot of money. So I know that watching that ring don't mean shit to you. Well, it might mean a lot because it's whole sentimental value, but you've been through too much, bro. If you send Pooh to jail like that, like, that'll go against everything that you've been through.
Oh, well.
Don't send the young nigga to jail, bro.
Oh, well.
Then it's kind of out of Gucci hands. You got the cameraman prison charges. You got the security guard prison charges. Even if Gucci man didn't press charges, man, them damn will be cooked. They got a white boy, a cameraman. Oh, you can't even give him enough money to not say that.
Yeah.
No.
That nigga that coming, he remind me of me, bro.
Oh, he coming to court.
Every day.
Every court day. He gonna come on a court day that you ain't even supposed to be at. Oh, that white boy, he gonna tell it all.
As he should.
Do it. If Watt don't do it, that white boy and that security guard, that's who's gonna fight for them. Even if Watt fall back and don't go with his statement or not. And then in the feds so wicked. If Watt was the one to recant his statement, because he made a statement, as I can see. If he wanted to recant his statement and go back and say he didn't say this, the feds would be like, okay, we don't need you no way. And still use his statement.
Mm-hmm.
That's how the feds.
Mm-hmm.
So him just saying he don't want to plead guilty, that he don't want to go with that statement and he don't want to testify, the feds don't care.
They got it already.
They don't care.
They know something came after that. If you recant that, they gonna know something up. They not stupid, man. Them people not stupid, man.
Yeah, it's bad. It's bad, man. It's bad.
The Ark of the Covenant, the very throne of God. But in a moment, it was lost. All of a sudden,
yeah, it's bad. It's bad, man. It's bad. Only people might not get a whole lot of time is probably that. Oh yeah, man. I don't think they got long jail histories and shit. They might get 8, 9s, and 10s and shit like that. But bro, if he get convicted of that shit, if bro get fucked off, and man, lo and behold, man, he don't have to go through that. But if Sheisty get no, if Sheisty get found guilty, man, it's gonna be bad. 30 plus, 25 plus. It's gonna be bad. Like,
and he gonna get found guilty.
The thing is called relevant conduct. Relevant conduct means if you have ever did anything like the charge that's relevant to the one that you got now, your current charge, with no evidence, they can find you guilty just because of the relevancy, the relevant conduct. They just said, bro, Drake and Pop as it in the end. In this situation, they saying, bro, Drake and Rob, they ain't saying it. This the same situation about the Rock. So it's relevancy. It's the same kind. So even if put it like this, even with bro name coming up in it, they gonna try to fry, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie. They gonna try to fry, bro. They gonna try to fry. The daddy too. I heard the dad was out there. The dad on home family. He said Pop's out. He said Texas don't know about no first time family. They bad. Pops got out. See, if Pops got out, it's because all Pop's feeling is old. It's because all Pop's feeling is old. He old nigga, he probably had a clean history for the last 15 years.
Now you gonna find out in the next video why Pop got out. But they saying they not letting him out. They holding him. That's what just came out. But we gonna find out why they was trying to let him out and be lenient on Pop. We gonna find out in the next video. But let's continue.
See, the feds will let you go. Probably on ankle monitor, he probably can't walk past the mailbox. Yup. Damn, I hate that for them folks. Living in land.
Yeah.
Some learn faster than others. Some learn the hard way. And some don't learn it all. And that's the hard reality when it comes to life. You gotta want to learn. I want to learn. I'm seeking knowledge. I'm seeking wisdom and understanding. I don't want no smoke, but I ain't ducking none. That's my issue. Because I won't turn down no smoke. And I go overboard when I feel disrespected because I'm so humble.
Man.
I'm so kind. I'm so cool and laid back. So when I feel disrespected, I go overboard. I do the most. I say the most. I go far. Because I'm Mr. Nice Guy. I'm smiling. Hey, bro, let me get some video, bro. I don't focus up on sport. Hey, let me keep it. Don't make me. So when you disrespect me, I got to take it to the farthest extent. Far as it can go. I'm going to call you all type of bitches and hoes. And suckers. Licking the booties. All type of stuff.
Verbal assault.
And I hope you try to hit me in my mouth.
I'm gonna verbally assault you. You say,
I hope you try to hit me.
I'm from this.
I'm saying everything I'm saying for you to hit me. I hope you try to hit me. I hope you get mad. I had to tell you one day, you gonna make me mad. I said, what I gotta do to make you mad? I want to make him mad. He's ruled by emotion. He's an emotional man. Yeah, in real life. We finna get ready to fly in GTA. Yep. We finna get ready to fly in GTA, check.
Man, hold on. Hold up, chat. Hold up. Okay, yeah. There we
This holiday, don't be basic. Gift like a boss. Ditch the junk. Go for gifts that slay. With swag, you're the gift-giving MVP. Personalize it. Make it legendary. Swag.
Hey, man, I'm rocking with y'all rocking with me. And for this video, man.
Now, this video, I got one more after this. But this one here, we got some stuff we got to talk about. Let's get into it.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of EOS. It's 1090 Jake, and I'm rocking with y'all rocking with me. And for this video, we're going to be speaking on how Pooh Sheisty robbed and kidnapped Gucci, how Gucci snitched on Pooh Sheisty, how Pooh Sheisty's father is a government informant. This is going to be one of the craziest videos of 2026.
9 individuals, including well-known musical artists, kidnapped and robbed at gunpoint numerous victims at a music studio in Dallas, Texas. 8 of the 9 were arrested yesterday in Dallas, Memphis, and Nashville. These individuals who were charged and arrested include Lontrell Williams Jr., also known as Pooh Sheisty.
It was several hours before sunup when they first heard a boom. It was then followed by shouting from the agents who were saying that they were certainly executing a search warrant. I can tell you, after that boom, there was a back door that was breached.
It sounded like Gucci cooperated. It sounded like the victim. Gucci was a victim and gave his testimony. Oh, come on over here with me, Gucci. Yeah, it's all right. It's all right to go and be civilian. Yeah. Come on. Yeah, just ain't that ain't yeah. Come on over here with me, Gucci. Press charges on their ass.
Flashbangs would pop off the federal search warrant of Memphis rapper Pooh Sheisty's home on April 1st, 2026. The next day, the United States Attorney for Northern Texas would announce 9 individuals, including well-known rappers, were federally charged with kidnapping and robbing at gunpoint numerous victims at a music studio in Dallas, Texas. 8 of the 9 were arrested in one day, including Memphis rapper Lontrell Williams Jr., aka Pooh Sheisty, his father Lontrell Williams Sr., Memphis rapper Rodney Wright, aka Big 30, and 6 others. A 32-page sealed criminal complaint would state on January 10th, 2026, at approximately 4:50 p.m., 3 victims were kidnapped and robbed at gunpoint at a music studio. The criminal complaint would list the 3 victims by their initials, RD, MM, and BP. But we all know RD is Roderick Davis, the 46-year-old Atlanta rap legend known as Gucci Mane. At approximately 1 p.m. that day, the victims flew into Dallas alongside Gucci's head of security and an additional security officer for a scheduled meeting with Pooh Sheisty, who'd been signed to Gucci's 1017 label since 2021. The meeting was scheduled because Sheisty was upset with the terms of his contract and wished to be released from the label, so he asked Gucci to meet about business. At approximately 1:45, Gucci and his team arrived at the meeting location, a music recording studio within a larger office building. Upon entering the building, they realized the recording studio was closed. In the meantime, they went to a nearby liquor store. Pooh Sheisty's father, who's more commonly known throughout the streets of Memphis as Mob Boss, ran an independent label named Mob Ties Records. Boss would call the owner of the Dallas recording studio at 2:53 p.m., trying to book the studio for Sheisty and Gucci to record music. This was over an hour after Gucci had already arrived. 22 minutes after the call, the studio was open to Gucci and his team. A short time later, Mob Boss could be seen on surveillance video speaking on his cell phone outside the building before entering. At 3:39, a production employee would arrive while Pooh Sheisty and his father were standing at the back of the office building, engaged in what appeared to be an argument over the phone. Just minutes later, Sheisty, along with his father, Big 30, and 6 others, would enter the east side of the building, walking through the lobby and into the studio. One of the suspects at a later time can be seen exiting before shortly returning with a bag slung over his shoulder. All 9 suspects entered the studio's control room where inside the victims were watching a football game. Gucci's head of security was positioned in the lobby while the other guard remained in the vehicle. The victims overheard Pooh Sheisty talking on his cell phone, possibly with his federal parole officer, stating that his caseworker had given him permission to be out on rec. From what the victims could hear, Sheisty was told on the phone that was not the case, and he needed to return immediately, to which he agreed. At the time, Sheisty was wearing an ankle monitor. Gucci would tell Sheisty they can reschedule their studio session, but Sheisty asked to speak with Gucci privately in the attached recording room. Gucci would enter the room with Pooh Sheisty, his father, and Big 30. The two other victims would remain with the 6 suspects, even offering them drinks as 2 of the suspects accepted and poured up. Inside the booth, Sheisty pulled out a contract termination letter telling Gucci to sign it, releasing him from the label. Gucci refused. Sheisty became agitated, and the two began to argue. The 2 victims could see the conversation play out, and one of them saw the conversation intensifying, so he texted Gucci's head of security, who was still in the lobby. While arguing, Sheisty instructed Big 30 to get his bag. Quick pause, because this might actually help you out. If you've ever needed access to your money before payday, there's a banking app called Current that lets you get up to $750 as a paycheck advance once you qualify. So instead of waiting for payday, you can get access to your funds earlier when you actually need them. Paycheck advance is clearly my favorite part, and I'm sure will be yours too. But if you're trying to build your credit or just want your direct deposits sooner, it handles all of that in one app. If you scan the QR code, it'll take you straight to the sign up page where you can create an account. Just go through the normal sign up steps, enter your information, and order your current card. After you complete those steps, you'll see the option to enter my promo code Jake1090, which unlocks the $75 bonus. If you ever feel like managing money is stressful or tight sometimes, it's definitely worth just checking it out, because that's literally what it's designed for, helping people like you stay more on top of their finances. Big 30 would come back into the room with the bag, and Sheisty would pull a Draco, aiming it at Gucci and demanding again that he sign the contract release paperwork. Gucci, now being held at gunpoint and unable to leave the room, complied, signing the paper while Sheisty's father and Big 30 stood by. Big 30 took out his cell phone and recorded Gucci signing the paperwork while being forced to say he released Pooh Sheisty from his contract. After signing, Pooh Sheisty would take Gucci's wedding ring, watch, earrings, and whatever cash he had on him. Sheisty then handed the paperwork to his father, asking him if it was good, to which he replied, "It needs to be dated." So Sheisty forced Gucci to write the date next to his signature. As Sheisty, 30, and mob boss exited the recording room, the 6 remaining suspects pulled handguns, AR, and AK pistols and began robbing Gucci's 2 associates. One victim, identified only as VP, would have his pockets ran and his wallet removed by who he identified as CMO Damn Fool, one of Sheisty's goons. His 1017 chain would be taken by another man he knew as Glizzy 375. Glizzy would repeatedly threaten to shoot him for moving, but Sheisty would instruct him not to. According to the victim's statement to police, he witnessed Big 30 pointing a cell phone at Gucci within the booth, but assumed he was taking pictures for social media. Victim BP further identified Baby Slime 375 for holding him and others at gunpoint. Victim BP and victim MM would identify KD 375, who they also recognized, as he can be seen on social media with Pooh Sheisty. KD would also hold them at gunpoint. Victim MM is rumored to be Matt Marzal, who goes by the name Multi-Mars. He's a Chicago-based photographer and has been Gucci's personal cameraman for years. It was also Matt who texted Gucci's head of security when he saw the conversation within the recording booth intensifying. Matt was choked from behind almost to the point of losing consciousness, resulting in scratches to his neck and wrist. He'd be robbed of his Rolex watch, a Louis Vuitton bag containing multiple high-end watches, and his wallet. He confirmed to police his Louis bag, wallet, and AirPods all had an Apple AirTag attached, and he was also able to identify his robber by his Instagram handle of Twin CMO. While the robbery was taking place, Big 30 walked to the door leading to the lobby, closing it and blocking it with his body, preventing the victims from leaving. But Gucci's security would see what was taking place. Both of Gucci's security guards would draw guns, attempting to force themselves in as they partially opened the door, only to see that they were greatly outgunned. Gucci was pushed onto a couch, causing the victims to believe they were going to be executed. Sheisty placed the barrel of his Draco to the back of BP's head, ordering him and Gucci to leave the studio through the west side of the building. Gucci then instructed his security to escort them to their vehicle. As the victims left, Gucci's cameraman turned to Pooh Sheisty and asked if they were really taking his watches. Matt would provide police with the last AirTag locations, which was revealed to be the parking lot of an apartment leased to Pooh Sheisty's father, where Pooh is believed to have been residing in Frisco, Texas. Federal investigators would recover photos of the suspect vehicles, a white Buick Enclave, a black Hellcat, and a black Dodge Ram with a roll bar. According to law enforcement databases, Big 30's father owns a 2020 Dodge Hellcat in Tennessee, and license plate readers would place it in Texas during the relevant time period of the robbery and traveling with the two other suspect vehicles. The white Enclave was found to be a rental rented by none other than Sheisty's dad. Federal investigators would find surveillance video of Sheisty's dad at a Staples, printing out what they believed to be the release contract an hour before he arrived at the studio. The feds would also link all suspects together by cell phone GPS coordinates and would reveal Sheisty's goons were so poor, 4 of them would have to take a Greyhound bus from Texas back to Memphis, Tennessee. Now, remember when the victims offered Sheisty's goons drinks? A left ring finger and right thumbprint would identify the 2 suspects that took drinks as they left their prints on the red cups. The victims obviously knew who Pooh Sheisty was, and Gucci Mane would be listed as one of the victims who identified Sheisty as wearing a Nike mask and hoodie during the robbery. Gucci would also name Big 30 and identify him by his Instagram. In fact, almost every suspect was able to be identified by their Instagram handles. KD would be described as Sheisty's right-hand man. Damn Fool lives up to his name, as he could be seen leaving wearing Gucci's cameraman's Louis bag. He'd then post a video to Instagram wearing one of the stolen watches, and another picture would show him wearing the same sneakers worn in the robbery. Twin, who choked out the cameraman, would post multiple pictures of another stolen watch and even the 1017 chain that was taken. Sheisty and his team executed a coordinated armed recording studio takeover, temporarily kidnapping fucking Gucci Mane, robbing the shit out of him and his team, making his security look like bitches, and leaving the scene without firing a single shot. Only for Gucci and his team to fully cooperate with police, leading to a federal takedown and kidnapping charges. More charges can be expected as yet again Pooh Sheisty is alleged to be a felon in possession of another Draco after having just finished a prison sentence for shooting someone in the ass with a Draco. All 9 suspects will be facing life in federal prison for conspiring to and committing kidnapping. And I can only imagine what else the feds can add on with all the firepower and priors they had. It will also be interesting to see who chooses to cooperate against who, as Pooh Sheisty's father is no stranger to the feds. Back in 2007, Mob Boss was indicted on drug charges and would be sentenced to 70 months in prison after receiving a 5K1 sentencing reduction for his ongoing and future cooperation with the government, meaning he was snitching and agreed to keep snitching.
Want Whataburger? You can get the new.
That's why he got a bond, but they not really giving it to him.
For $4.
They reneging on that.
Whataburger Jr. for $5. Add fries and
Yo,
drink for a little more.
You commit these type of crime, your daddy a rat.
And agreed to keep snitching. So this whole fucking case is snitch nasty. Gucci just fucked over Atlanta as the most rat-infested city in hip-hop adding himself to the list of snitches after Young Thug gave investigators the longest interview of his career. Gunna flipped on Thug. Gunna did Crime Stoppers. T.I. started the Crime Stoppers wave. And Gucci is best friends with QCP. Gucci would even jump on live after the federal takedown was announced. And you think he'd talk about how he's far from the streets and too rich to abide by them like QCP did. But instead, Gucci was talking about the exact opposite, saying he'll smoke whoever steps to him. He doesn't believe in telling the police shit, and he's keeping it street. The exact opposite of what he did.
You talk to me, I'ma smoke you. Yeah, I ain't gonna tell nobody, not even the police. I don't believe in none of that shit. Only thing I believe in is don't tell the police. Keeping it street.
Some are even now pointing out Gucci's old interview speaking on Jeezy, trying to get him killed.
So that situation that we were just talking about with the charges and so forth, you feel like it was a setup because Cats came like after you, like they was coming to get you.
Yeah, I think it was a setup.
You have any indications on who it might be? Have you heard anything on the streets? Just what you feel in your own heart?
Well, so like I say, ain't too many people got the motive to do some shit like that. I just like a detective, learn, so look at the motive, who has motive to do it. And this fuck nigga, I don't think it has motive.
Jeez.
Yeah. Okay. Right up.
So it's real serious then when we talking about like actually trying to like set somebody to take someone's lives. It's on a whole nother level. It's past just the wax.
It's like I guess it's scared of competition.
Now, Pooh Sheisty just fucked himself after committing the dumbest robbery with his dad being a whole government informant. And Big 30's big door blocking ass is now facing life just because he wanted to be there. Never mind the goons that came up on watches but needed a bus pass to get home. A case that no one expected and one of the fastest crash outs we've ever seen from a rapper fresh out of prison. This is likely the last time we'll ever see Pooh Sheisty in the free world. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. Hearing Gucci Mane snitch, I was in disbelief. Gucci has been one of my favorite rappers since high school. One of the main rappers I listened to in high school. And seeing the paperwork, it broke my heart. And then like 3 minutes later, I got over it. I mean, what the fuck do we expect in 2026? This man's 46 years old. I highly doubt he gives a fuck. You know what I'm saying? They took his wedding ring, whatever other shit he had. He goes live talking about he'll smoke somebody. He should have smoked Pooh Sheisty. You know, it would have been a bang out. He really wouldn't have won that situation. I don't know why his security wasn't in the room with him. But Texas self-defense, yeah, he would have got off on that. He should have had some shit on him. You can tell he did not expect this at all. Nobody did. Nobody did. When Seti Nash broke the news, nobody even believed him because they were like, ain't no fucking way they playing with Gucci Mane like that. Gucci Mane got did dirty. And it's 100% confirmed he's cooperating. Not only did he identify what Pooh Sheisty was wearing and identify Big 30 by his Instagram, how do you think the feds know exactly what took place inside of that booth? None of the other witnesses were in there, and they couldn't hear what was being said. If you're in a music studio, you can't hear what they're saying in the booth if you're not in the booth and they're not talking on the mic. That means Gucci was the one that told them. We went in there. We started arguing. He pulled out this piece of paper. I said no. He tells fucking 30 to go get his bag. He pulls out a fucking Draco, took all my shit. Gucci told the police all of that information. 100%. What the fuck is Atlanta gonna do about it? Not a goddamn thing. We know that. Everybody knows that. You know, snitching ain't nothing anymore. And it's crazy because a lot of the rappers that we looked up to, Gucci being one of them, was against all of that shit. And that's why these videos are so important, because you can be young and dumb as I once was, riding around listening to these songs, toting guns like they're doing in these songs, committing crimes like they're rapping about in these songs, just for you to get caught, for you to keep that shit real, for you to get sentenced to all that prison time, and the motherfucker that influenced you to live that lifestyle is a fucking rat. And that's the cold, hard truth about this shit.
Oh, well.
Do I give a fuck about this case? No. I really fucking don't. Am I the biggest fan of Pooh Sheisty? No. I like a couple of his songs. But this motherfucker's a crash out.
And a snake.
Story. He's a flat fucking crash out. He's the stupidest fucking crime I've ever heard of. You did this shit while you had on an ankle monitor. Literally, 30 minutes after you got off the phone with whoever and they're telling you, yo, you do not have permission to leave. You need to go home now. All right, bet. Let me rob Gucci Man first and I'll be back. What the fuck is wrong with you? And this is what I want to know. How much money do you think he really has after this many years just went by? And then he robs and kidnaps the label owner of the label that he signed to. So there's no label backing him. You know, there's no crazy amounts of money behind him. Do you think he even has the funds to afford a lawyer that is going to get him a decent deal? Because there's no such thing as beating this case. I don't give a fuck. I'll bet everything on it. I'll bet my chain on it. I'll bet my YouTube fucking plaques. He ain't beating this fucking case. They got so much evidence against this man. I seen the internet lawyer that's always, how'd he do it if he's on a monitor? They would have been got him. He was on the fucking monitor. That's why they have all this information. All you had to do was read the fucking thing instead of acting like you know every fucking thing. And he's fucked. The amount of evidence they have in this fucking case, he's gonna get hit with more charges, guaranteed. You know, they're saying he upped the Draco, whatever the fuck, unless they need more proof than that. That's a firearm charge right there. It's an enhancement of punishment if guns were used during this thing. All 3 witnesses are saying that they had guns. The 2 security guards are going to testify that they had guns. Fuck, Gucci Man himself might testify. What's worse than having somebody say you did it? 5 people say you did it. But let me know y'all's thoughts and comments in the comment section. I'm telling you, this is going to be one of the craziest cases we see in 2026. We're only a couple months in, but hey, y'all know where to come for the content. It's 1090 Jake. I'm rocking with y'all. Y'all rocking with me. Till next time.
And now,
Kids provides 24-hour cavity protection and 2 times stronger enamel defense for enamel kids.
Refresh your space with a mid-century makeover at Ashley. From rich, solid woods to velvet-like textures, you can find
this is the most important one that I'm going to play, this last one. And I'm going to have a lot of commentary, so just stick with me, man. And we're going to end it after this, because we already went over our time.
Are you serious? I'm Ayo Conseco, fearless leader of Ayo Nation and the Me and Two Movement. Keep together, big homie. Subscribe to the Big Facts Podcast. I'm blown away.
This Ayo Conseco, he came out with the Big Fact Podcast for years and years ago. But unfortunately, those niggas out in Atlanta with DJ Scream and Big Bank, they ended up stealing his name. And of course, by them being bigger known, well-known audience, bigger, well-known people with hell of a contacts, a lot of celebrity contacts, they end up blowing past him. He tried to sue him or whatever, send a cease. He tried to do something. They were supposed to get him on the show. They never did it. They really played on his top, but he the one who created Big Fact Podcast. Just go look at his channel, Ayo Conseco. He got a few channels. The Rap Chap. This dude, I learned a lot from this dude. This dude, he kind of stopped making videos. I don't know what happened if he, well, I don't know if he got a family. I haven't followed him in a couple of years, but he used to be that boy back in the G, man. And go check his channel out. But he came out, and I was really looking forward to seeing what he had to say about this, because he always go on another level. But let's check this out and see what you got to say, and I'll have my commentary.
It's new for sure that this was being exaggerated. AZ Addict just brought this to me. He just brought it to me, and my word was, man, we got to stop, just believing in the exaggerated, we got to start giving these people the reasonable doubt.
Shout out Jay-Z.
Dog, I just couldn't believe that niggas with this much and this much to lose would be so. I shouldn't even be using these words, but I just real talk. I can't believe that you could be that slow. You and your daddy. It's even worse on your father's side. I don't care what you thought Gucci was. It wasn't just Gucci there. So if you think it was Gucci, you know what I'm saying? You know, this is why motherfuckers will run into the dope house, but they won't run up in the bank. Because the dope house can't tell on them. Dog, you talking about a piece of paper. You thought, so you up on him and make him sign the paper, and you think you gonna take that paper back and a bank or anybody is gonna uphold. If it was that fucking easy, you could just forge his signature. Like, I understand niggas being mad, but you also have to understand this is why you were fronted all this shit. Like, a nigga believed in you. A nigga didn't put 100,000 on you to get 100,000 back.
Okay.
A nigga put 100, and it don't matter how many niggas he did it with. With you, that's what it was. This your opportunity, this your platform. You needed it when he gave it to you. Like, and that's why we got to go to the rap trap side to speak more on the business side. But dog, I'm throw. I'm throw because I just did a whole fucking video saying that everything that was just said didn't happen. Man, we got to stop, you know what I'm saying, believing everything that's said and all this. Dog, are you serious? It don't matter. Like, so you go to a studio that has cameras, y'all go in there to talk about the turn because, you know, you have turned into what he in the beginning thought you could be. He put his money up for a startup. That's business. You can't then, once the business become Uber, say, oh, well, hold on, I don't want to pay my investors because we making money now. That's not how it works.
That's not how business works. No, sir.
And once again, like, what is your daddy there for if he's not there to protect you? Why, like, and why is niggas there if they not there to protect you? Like, there had to be a way to where you could make it look like you wasn't the one doing it. You just came home. Nah, my nigga, I can't. And you know, I don't like when internet niggas be getting on to, you know, real street niggas that rap. Because they just be, I don't like the way they be talking because they talking from a place they ain't never been. Dog, you can't be serious, my nigga. You can't be serious. Dog, I'm in disbelief. I am in disbelief. Shout out to Asiatic for sending me that so that I actually, you know what I'm saying, knew what the fuck was going on before I put that video out, because I would have looked crazy. Dog, take Gucci out the situation. So let's say Gucci kept it all the way real, which I'm putting on the table that Gucci did. Now that I'm gonna put that on the table. I don't believe Gucci just all the way cooperated with them people. I believe the other people that's involved, his investors that was there talking about the deal, they worked with the police. They gave the camera. You get them to sign the contract under duress, and then you take their watches, you rob them and shit. Like,
Value and tools just arrived near you.
There's a new Harbor Freight store packed full of quality tools you need at the
all this shit, like, because you mad, fuck that, man, fuck that shit, man, you ain't gonna keep taking my money, man. What about when it wasn't no money? If a nigga is telling you, this is what Cash App do it, and everybody do this shit, like, I'm gonna give you ghost money today, and then you owe me $1 million. If you give a motherfucker, if you tell a motherfucker you'll give them, and some lenders actually do this, we'll give you $20,000 today if you sign over your house to us for collateral, and you're gonna owe us $1 million. Motherfucker, for $20,000, motherfuckers will do that. You know what I'm saying? You can't, in 6 months be like, hey man, real talk, we need to talk about the motherfucker. We need to talk about these motherfuckers around me. This some real predatory shit, man. We need to talk about this shit. Hold on. So you done took all my money, spent it where you wanted to spend it, have a good time and all that, become the man for a week or a couple, got your name brand shit, a Miri and all this other, now the money is about to be gone. You don't got no way, you didn't put no money into anything that can get you anywhere close to what you had to pay me that was in black and fucking white. And another thing, I just got to be honest, speaking of your father, where was he when the deal was signed? You bring all these niggas with you, you know what I'm saying, when it's time to fucking, hey man, this deal you gave, this shit was bullshit. You should have had them there when you was about to sign it. But niggas just be so motherfucking
ready to turn up.
I would hope. I want to give your dad some credit to say maybe he was telling you read that shit or whatever. But maybe he would, for him to move forward with some shit like this, he would probably tell you, man, sign that shit, fuck that shit, they get it. Hey, Gucci. But now you didn't, as far as relevance, you didn't surpass Gucci.
I don't know about all
and
that.
so now the world look at you like you know what I'm saying, somebody above Gucci, and now you feel like you can just, niggas had to be on something. I'm gonna ask Shaka, that's one thing I am gonna ask Shaka about, like, is it any word about what drug Sheisty might be on and shit like that? When did this nigga get out? When did he get out? And then the 30 nigga, like 30, I just, because I don't really fuck with, you know what I'm saying, they shit like that. But I thought 30 was like the thinking nigga. Like, you know what I'm saying? You just went along with this shit. Like, Pooh Sheisty came home and told you how it was in jail, so you wanted to do something so you can go in there with him? What the fuck would it matter that Gucci didn't tell or Gucci kept it solid when you had other motherfuckers there and you actually robbed them, felling with the firearm, firearm while in the midst of a violent crime. They'll hit you with another RICO just for the niggas coming in. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn, my nigga, you can't be serious to throw it away like that. I didn't want to believe this shit, man. That's just,
none of us did.
You don't even know if Gucci wasn't like trying to get them people not to, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, when people that's not from the street go through street shit, they become traumatized. Like, fuck what Gucci talking about. We need to call the police because my jury is insured. I have to have a police report for it. We have to, you know, they going down a checklist.
Straight up. This ain't no street dudes. And that's why I said, y'all don't even think about the round the corner. Y'all don't have no type of, y'all didn't even organize it. This was some freestyle. Because if y'all were going to do that with Gucci, but why y'all mess with them people? You think these white boys gonna keep his side? Even if Gucci kept his side, you think them white boys or them Jews, whoever he was with? No.
You really thought, and I bet it was your daddy told you, really, for real. I'm telling you, look, we gonna do it how easy that jump. We gonna do it how easy that jump. Easy, well, Suge Knight put Easy E on the hold on, was it Easy E? Well, Suge Knight was putting, he was leaning motherfuckers out the window and making them sign the deal. And that's how he got all that money. Real. All we gotta do is just run down on, make them sign the contract. We had the money by the ball. We take, all you gotta do, once they sign the paper, once they sign that paper, listen to me now, I'm telling you real shit. Once they sign that paper, all you gotta do, it don't matter about that now. Once they sign that paper and say you out that deal, you take that paper.
You know how niggas talk too, man. Once you put your joint Hancock on there, it's over with. Yeah, man. He gonna have to fight that in court, but we gonna be good in the meantime. They don't think about what's around the corner. They just think about what's in front of them. But let's continue.
To the bank, you can do it the same day if we get it done early enough. You can go the same day, take that to the bank, and then all your funds gonna be released right then. That's your money.
Ref, you stink.
Lysol knows people think refs stink because of the tough.
And see, that's the problem. That's why the streets are so dangerous. Dog, like you'll get killed.
See, I like him, and I wanted to play my boy because he go deeper than with the situation. You know what I'm saying? He get real deep with it, and you know how the situation. That's what I'm all about. That's another reason, and that's what I like to do on my channel. I like to use other situations to dig deep into them and how can they affect you and you in the same situation or just an everyday situation. That's why I like this channel. That's why I want to play him last. But let's continue.
For a bullshit plan, like niggas will kill you on some shit. Like I know his old lady. His old lady, if he died because him and his old lady, they really 3-day marriage. They really like government marriage. So like they don't gotta go down to the courthouse really as long as they've been together and they can show that they both got mail at that house. They really common law marriage. So if he died, she is entitled to that money, bro. Dog, I'm showing you on my phone, she fucking with me, bro. She fucking with me. I know if we knock him off, she gonna break bread, bro. She gonna break that bread, I guarantee. And if she don't, we'll go down and up on her. I'm telling you, bro. It's guaranteed. So you don't know what the fuck going on. Some retarded nigga then, got in your old lady or a bitch you might be fucking with inbox, and he thinking that he got her, and once he bring that idea, niggas be so broke, just an idea of money. You know what I'm saying? And niggas will go through with it.
Man.
And one thing that a broke nigga can always get his hands on, a broke nigga will always have access to is a firearm. Always. And at least 2 bullets.
The idea of some money.
It's crazy. So you will die for no reason. Nobody will get anything out of it. But you get enough nothing ass niggas around, and don't let it be a nothing ass bitch in the mix. No, you got a dangerous fucking concoction right there and right there. Anything can happen for any reason. So I can just imagine how, motherfuckers got these wrong ideas. Then they start looking up Google. Look, bro, on Google it said, bro, if you got a signed contract, it's null and void. If you take the paper, like niggas will do anything. That's why I say, like, a nothing ass bitch, a nothing ass nigga, dog, that might be the most dangerous thing that you have in your life. Having them anywhere in your vicinity, having anybody in your life that deals with them.
Oh, go deep with it. Talk to them.
They like chicken pox or STD. They spread like that. So I have to say it's sad because it's like you just got out, but this obviously came from Pooh Sheisty being, and I was gonna say no offense, but all offense, Pooh Sheisty is as dumb as he sounds. And it's just like, motherfuckers start making themselves sound dumb because for some reason that's just what I guess they like it because that's their cool shit. If you want to go far in the entertainment business, act like a nigga, like act like a dumb nigga, and you'll go far. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no real upward growth for no intelligent black people or intelligent black girl for that matter. Within this industry, you might can be that behind the scenes, but when we see you, it needs to be some moving around and some dancing and some jumping and some. You don't need to be saying too many big words or dropping too much knowledge. You can see every facet of entertainment, how that gets punished. That's not why we got you here. You need to nigga that shit up some. Dumb that shit up some. And sell better. So, we even got motherfuckers like the white boy Ian. IAN. Got a song called 3.5. Like he make his voice sound like, like a Atlanta nigga or something like that. Motherfucker just eat that shit up. They just love it. Like doing musical blackface. Motherfuckers just love that shit. But that's something else. But dog, I sit here embarrassed. I gotta be real. I sit here embarrassed. I really can't believe it. This shit sounded too dumb to be true. And back to the Gucci part, I was worried for Gucci because I knew like how a cooperation with law enforcement could harm his brand. And like I said, both of them was working together. I wish they could have came to terms, but if Pooh Sheisty was coming in with that arrogant, aura, it would be hard for Gucci to, handle that because it's like, homie, everything that you have, there's no other way for it to be said. That came from me.
Oh, tell it.
That came from me. You had a machine behind you. You done seen plenty of niggas out of Memphis, you know what I'm saying, come and go.
But niggas don't think like that, bro.
There was a lot of things behind the scenes that
niggas
had
get
to
to
be
acting
done.
like
This
you old
shit is never gonna be 100% music.
Like they did
100% image. Not even 100% talent. You have
niggas
to
like
have a machine.
dangerous, bro.
That's, and the gears have to be oiled. Once again, this is the danger of fucking with the dumb street niggas, the nothing ass niggas. But if you don't deal with the nothing ass nigga, the people won't accept it. They needed a real stupid ass nigga, like, and who better, you know what I'm saying, than Pooh Sheisty? The niggas who can survive these jail sentences and all these, you know, and all these, you know, who don't have their name, you know, up there, but are destined to die in prison or bleeding out on the street, that's who is gonna win in the rap game. Because obviously we don't want to see nobody else. And when I say we, I don't mean us, because when you look in these concerts, like DMX, you see that infamous picture from Woodstock, I think it was just an ocean of people and they didn't look like us. That's what they like. It's what they like. That's what matters. So, and that's a whole nother conversation, but I just want to, you know, on this one, I just gotta sit back in amazement that you niggas, you know, thought that shit would work, thought you could like, and I put most of the onus on the father. Talk about failing, talking about failing as a father, like same thing with Queso daddy, the dude in Florida, like you niggas, you quote unquote old street niggas, and it hurt me to say that. I don't want to say that. You old bitch ass, fake ass street nigga, fake ass gangsters. We seen what y'all to do when you feel like, you know, you can't do that time or you can't outlive that time. You motherfuckers start giving up your own fucking child. So it's gonna be real thorough to see how this thing play out. It's not outside the public mind that a father will cannibalize their own son.
So they all gonna turn on Pooh Sheisty.
You know, when their life is on the line. And
they all gonna turn on Pooh Sheisty, or they gonna all jokes with them. And guess what? We already heard that the daddy already informed. So they got a decision to make.
They'll come home to interviews and all type of shit. I'm just amazed, my nigga. I'm just amazed, dog. Like I said, I don't feel like Gucci got nothing to do with this. I hope he don't. But this right here, I just wanted to speak to Pooh and his daddy. Like, but that's what I'm saying. Misinformed niggas, just nothing ass niggas. And when you give nothing ass niggas or nothing ass bitch, you give them a look at something, they'll go off of their own understanding. And because these are the motherfuckers that dropped out in middle school and all this shit, they actually like they really are dumb. This is what makes them entertaining. They're going off their own understanding, so they will think that something can work that could never work. You know what I'm saying? And you give a dumb motherfucker money, fame, you know, to the point where now motherfuckers are scared to tell them, like, dog, it don't work like that. They just yes men, and you know what I'm saying? You got a dangerous situation, and that's what this is. Like, so nobody could come around and say, you know, hey, hold the fuck up. Nobody around could say that to where now everybody banned. This is what happened. I hate to say it, but this is what happens when, you know, a nothing ass nigga, dumb nothing ass nigga, don't have handlers. Like, not friends, entourage, handlers that tell them, show after party at this club, hotel room.
Absolutely.
Back on the road.
Straight up. They
Ain't
can't
no
be on their
motherfucking,
own.
you know, gray area for you to make a decision, because your decision is gonna be a dumb one.
Straight up. We're gonna get everybody caught up.
Man, I'm just blown away.
You and I both.
That's what that is. Like I said, I don't even know what to say, man. I see y'all in a minute.
And that's it, man. That is it. But I did want to add one more thing. And I'm about to get up out of here, man. I thank y'all for coming out, man. I got one more thing. I just want to show y'all one more thing. One more thing, man. But I had to let y'all listen to him, man, because he come from an aspect that, you know, like real deep with it. You know what I'm saying? I know most, you know, but he go deep with it, and I like that you did. But this is the last one I want to do, man. And I'm going to let y'all out of here, man. I'm going to let y'all out of here, man.
See, this is what I be finding weird about y'all so-called gangster dudes. Y'all don't be finding this weird that they be letting other grown men run them and get them to do stuff that will keep them away from their family and put them in jail for years? You listening to another grown man? Like, what is this? Y'all just locked in as bros, or y'all be sissies on the low? Like, what is it? Big 30. You was signed to Money Bag Yo, and you was crying about your contract. You stopped making music completely when Pooh Sheisty went to jail. Why? You could go back and forth and fussing with Money Bag Yo about your contract and different things like that. You had your own motion outside of Pooh Sheisty, but you wanted to be with all this. You want to get active when Pooh Sheisty come out of jail. Is this your daddy? These dudes want to be gangsters. And 9 times out of 10, they ain't even really living like that in real life. Y'all talking about this, man. Shut the fuck up. If Gucci told on him, he opposed to tell him, man, if I change your life, you gonna get all these niggas to put guns in my face, take my earrings out, disrespect me on the worst level possible. Like, come on, and we ain't had no party beef, all because you couldn't get what you wanted. Boy, you is goofy. You is goofy. And you gonna hold the door and lock the door and be part of it. Yeah, you gonna have to sell all this little fake stuff right here. You gonna have to sell all that. All that. So what's really gonna go on? Really? I'm about to tell you what's gonna go on. They're gonna try to push and push and push for all y'all to flip on Pooh Sheisty. That's what's really gonna happen. They're gonna push and push and push, and whoever don't flip on them is gonna get just as much time as him. But when they start throwing them numbers out there, them football numbers, you don't know what football numbers is, double-digit numbers. Yeah. When they start throwing them football numbers out there at you, then you're going to start thinking twice, nigga. When they start throwing them 20 and them 35 mandatory, 25 to life and all that, you going to think twice. Big 30, you are a goddamn fool, because this ain't have nothing to do with you. You're not even signed to Gucci at all. Like, come on. Make it make sense. See, this is what I be finding weird about y'all so-called gangster dudes. Y'all don't be finding this weird that they be letting other grown men run them and get.
Man, I thank y'all for staying with me, man. It's 2 hours, man. We went in. We had to finish off this trilogy of these dummies and how they ruin their life. And I thank y'all for listening to me, man. But black people, y'all gotta ask yourself that question. When are y'all ready? When are y'all ready to say, you know what? We was wrong. We was in our pride. It's really time to come together, laser focus. Don't worry about the white man. Close our eyes. Close our eyes to trump everything. Laser focus on all the issues. It was too many to even name in our community and begin to knock those things down. Just go ahead and destroy the whole community, the whole culture, and rebuild. Can't fix it. Some things you can fix, but this culture can't be fixed. It has to be destroyed and rebuild. We are great people. We are smart people. We are beautiful people. We are talented people. But our culture is trash. And this is why you have millionaire rappers who did everything in their life to get to this point, and yet they shooting each other. Millionaire rappers who did everything in their life to get to this point, and they robbing their CEOs. millionaire basketball players who did everything to get to this point, but they got guns and strip clubs and cars and just, we have to destroy and rebuild this culture. And listen, I thank y'all so much for staying with me. I'll see y'all tomorrow with my episode 7. We're on episode 7 of Real Life Prison Stories. And I'm going to speak on a whole bunch of other stuff dealing with the Jaden Ivey situation, the Cannon. We're going in, man. We're going crazy tomorrow, 3 lives in a row. You know what I'm saying? And I love y'all. Thank y'all for staying with me, man. God bless. I'm out.
I could have been stopped doing this shit. Only reason I do this shit because the real niggas asked me to. A fake nigga couldn't relate to me. Top gunners, check me out. Only us, check me out. Strap her with a kilo, check me out. Put her on the bus, check me out. Stand up nigga, check me out. Always 100, check me out. You can bring the work back, check me out. If you don't want it, check me out. See, mama love me, that's my baby, but papa left me. Yeah, he left me. I put a bitch on timeout if she upset me. That's a fact. Fuck with me, you won't regret me. Still on the mind of every hoe trying to forget me. I get them things across the border. Your man on trial, but you won't go get him a lawyer. What's up with that? You poppin' bottles, you getting fly, but you don't send commissary to niggas that's inside. See, we don't coincide, we don't live by the same rules. And we don't got hungry, these lanes became full. Real niggas in my corner, you know that I can't lose. And I can't go to jail for a body they can't prove. Got niggas in the feds, they never coming home. Can't never see they daughter, only talking through a phone. And you know we screaming free you forever. Treat your kids like they mine. Wait your turn, real nigga. You get rich in due time. I feel like Nino when he first opened the Carter. I feel like